Long live the matriarchy, or long live the patriarchy. Depends how you want to see it. Just remember, you do not need permission to live. And in the end of it all, we are all hypocrites in our own way. I was trying to think of different ways to open this review up, but honestly, this movie is just about horses. Hey everyone, my name is Max Aaron James, and this is a review of the movie Barbie, written by Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, directed by Greta Gerwig, stars Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling as Barbie and Ken respectively, or at least as the primary ones, the first Barbie and Ken. And we have a few others who star as other variations of Barbie and Ken or Alan. This movie, I feel, was either going to be a big disappointment or live up to the hype that we have allowed it to build up to. It is about Barbie having an existential crisis, journeying into the real world or into our world to help her resolve the issue or figure out the core of her problem. I will say I was actually really excited to watch this movie. I was not sure what to expect from the story, although I had heard rumors or read about what it could potentially be about. I was not sure what I was getting going in, but I came out pleased. It is fun, it is entertaining, it is funny, it is very layered. There is a lot of things to take from it. It has a good emotional ride. This is a layered movie and it presents quite a few themes to enjoy. You have Issa Rae and Kate McKinnon as different versions of Barbie. Issa Rae being the president Barbie and Kate McKinnon playing the gymnast Barbie, also called the weird Barbie in this movie. I already enjoyed both of them in previous works and I like their performances. I like them, so I expected to appreciate and enjoy and have fun with their performances here. I left pleased. You have Michael Cera and Simu Liu playing Alan and Ken number 2 respectively, and both did not get a lot of screen time, but the screen time that they did get I really enjoyed. I had fun with them and they had some moments to shine, especially Michael Cera. He had a couple Alan moments. You have America Ferrera playing the human who is affecting this emotional state that Barbie is experiencing, and Will Ferrell playing the CEO of Mattel. Both are good performances, they good characters. I feel that they're primarily there to push or drive the story forward. Either way, they're fun to watch. I suppose one gripe I have is with Will Ferrell and his posse or crew, the CFO, CEO, the president of Mattel, the other workers at Mattel. That gang, that subplot presented, I was actually interested in. I liked the subplot and the idea or the theme that was being given to us through it, but they were forgettable in a sense. They're not in the movie a lot. They do not take up a lot of runtime. And when they are on screen, I enjoyed them. I was entertained. But when they were not on screen, I forgot about that subplot at times. We have Ryan Gosling, who plays Ken, the primary Ken, and he was phenomenal with an F. He is playing oftentimes the comedic relief, and he presents more of the comedy than any other characters. And I liked his role. I like Ryan Gosling. I like his performances in other movies. I am disappointed that he is not a big box office draw, but that is not unique to him, especially with other actors, especially now, even actors that perform very well. Margot Robbie as Barbie, I think she was very well cast, not just because of her appearance, although that does help. Robbie does well at expressing emotions, going through this roller coaster ride with the epiphanies, the self-realization, and learning about the real world and how things are, learning about the patriarchy and how harmful the world has become, especially for many women or non-straight cis men. I am still currently processing a lot of what has been given to me in this movie, so my thoughts and ideas about certain things, about the whole movie overall, could change by the time this is edited and uploaded. By the time I finish recording this, usually another idea pops in my mind and I think, wow, I should have recorded it. But I end up not going back and recording an edit because I'm lazy. But Greta Gerwig, she did her thing, because shit. This movie warrants a rewatch, not because of how fun it is, not because of how entertained I was, or how well the story is told, but because there's a lot to take from this movie. There's a lot in this movie that someone can take from it. I repeated that. This movie can seem pretty busy for some people, which is understandable because a lot kind of goes on, but I think it is worth the watch, and I think it is important to have the audience interested, and especially to a point where they have to rewatch the movie again and the story is good. The patriarchy, or speaking about the patriarchy, is at the center of this movie. There are other themes that kind of branch off from it, such as you do not need permission to live, you should be comfortable in your own body, respecting other people, not being a hypocrite, understanding, being self-aware, and understanding where you are in life and that everyone's life is different, everyone looks different, and to accept other people as they are and accepting yourself as you are. But a lot of these are contributors or attributed to patriarchy or are extensions of the idea of patriarchy. So at first I was a bit hesitant in saying that patriarchy was at the center of this or a part of this, and thought maybe it was just something in passing, but it plays a big part in the story that is being told here. And of course, you need to learn self-love, and there are a variety of things that I really appreciated and liked here. Now, there is another thing that I had an issue with, and it was the queer baiting. There is a black Ken here who you can, if you pay attention, is potentially part of the LGBTQIA plus community, but it is not expressly said or told to us, or there is not necessarily something that we see that solidifies that or confirms it. And I've always had an issue with queerbaity characters. Additionally, all the Barbies that are presented are for the most part relatively thin or of a certain body type. So, and I do question the idea of representation, and Mattel has been very careful with how they describe this movie and how they answer questions regarding this movie, especially with it presenting certain ideas that could be considered feminist. I could believe that a lot of them, the ideas here, are feminist. There is a woman in a wheelchair as a Barbie, and I did appreciate seeing that. And I do appreciate the effort being put in for representation, particularly with race and ethnicity. And there's a transgender actress or a trans actress playing one of the Barbies, Hari Neff, I believe. And you have Issa Rae playing a black woman president here in this movie. And it is gender binary. I mean, there is only Barbie and Ken at the moment when it comes to these products. But I wonder, at a certain point, given only 2 hours and given this set of time to tell a specific story, we cannot always cover all bases. And I think that is something that is addressed in this movie about expecting a single figure, in this case Barbie, to represent all people. Otherwise, it is an issue if there's one person left out. So I mean, I understand. And so I feel it would be unfair to complain about not having all the representation in the world when that is not necessary. And nor do I feel, I would not say impossible, but possible to tell such a good story or such a cohesive story without some lines getting blurred or messy, at least at the moment. I mean, maybe in a TV show because you are given so much more time. Anyway, I really enjoyed this movie. I heard that it's doing pretty well in the box office, which I'm very happy for, especially for Margot Robbie, who had 2 previous box office flops just last year, and some questionable Harley Quinn performances, or questionable Harley Quinn movies, because the movies were more so what were very flawed as far as storytelling. I am also very happy for everyone else: Michael Cera, Hari Neff, Simu Liu, Ryan Gosling, right? America Ferrera. Great. I'm very happy for all of them. Did you take some time to watch this movie? Did you watch Oppenheimer instead? Are you watching this instead of Oppenheimer? Or are you doing a double feature? So many questions. Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, y'all take care of each other. Be sure to check up on one another. Be sure to check up on yourself. Remember, you do not need approval from anyone or validation from anyone to be who you are. And remember, potential has no limit.